Family, I got some information. It could be game changing. What up, family? You already know who it is, and you know what we're here to do. Let's talk a little bit more about these tips on blocking and the coach's visions. But before we do all that, man, you already know what I need you to do. Smash that like button and consider subscribing if you like the content. It's only a thumb movement, and it helps me out tremendously. And there is no me without you. Man, now let's get into this video. Okay, so as we look right now, we're on the field, man. I went on ahead and put the defense in a pinch buck O. So if you want to look at that play art, that's what it looks like right there. So that's the blitz that I got them in. Looking on the offensive side of the ball, I need to look at my blocking assignment. So obviously I'm going to squeeze left trigger or L2 if you're on PlayStation, and then I'll go ahead and right stick to the left. And by doing so, I see my blocking assignments. Now, by doing this, this brings up to let me know everybody's going to be blocked. But if you look, when I bring my screen up and I just hold LB, it's going to show me that the two guys with the fire icons are basically unblocked. Doesn't mean they're blitzing, it just means that they don't have a blocking assignment at the moment. And we're going to talk more about that later. So right now I know for a fact that what I'm seeing is those two guys are unblocked. So let's say I'm a little nervous about that and I want to do something about it. What I can do is I can slide my line to the opposite side, because as you can see, I can tell that edge on that linebacker off the edge to my right is definitely coming. He's already got his feet planted, I can tell. So by seeing that, I can slide my line to the to the right, and a half slide to go ahead and deal with that. But when I do that, icons are going to change. So as I do that, now if you look at my blocking assignments, my linebacker now has my halfback now has that middle linebacker initially when they had the outside linebacker. So in seeing that, let's say I don't want my halfback to guard that. Let's say I want my halfback to deal with possibly that outside guy that be coming off the edge. So what I can do is I can go ahead and ID that one that still has that little icon over there and let my halfback pick that up. So as I'm going to do that right now, I'm going to hit the mic ID, swing over to that guy, and now I hit it. So now that I've done it, you look, now it's my halfback's responsibility to pick that guy up. And clearly the other guy with the fire icon still looks like he has his assignment as Morris, number 8. The reason why I know this is because it's a telltale sign that nickel is blitzing, because he has a safety over the top. So that means that the safety is either in man or he's covering somebody. So that lets me know that that's coming off the edge. So now when I look at my blocking art, as you can see, my halfback has that responsibility. That linebacker is now going to be picked up by my guard. And it seems like every single person is going to be picked up, which is cool. And if you see green icons, that means that they have the favorable matchup. Where the red icon is that means that the defense has the favorable matchup. So I need to be aware that my guy, basically my tight end, may get beat off that edge. So I don't have long. So that is the look I'm looking for. And as I hike the ball, you'll see how it plays out. And he picks him up, and boom, that gives me a little bit more time to do what I need to do. So that's the look that you're looking for, and a little bit more of a further breakdown of the blocking assignments when dealing with blitzes. So now let's talk coach's visions. We need to talk about these icons, because I know a lot of people see these icons, including myself, and I didn't have a clue of what they meant. So I scoured the internet to go ahead and get that information so I could give it out to my family. You see what I'm saying? So first and foremost, let's talk about the M, which is the mic ID. When you look at the mic ID, all this really does is this is letting me know that I want my offensive line to focus in on this person during a pass rush. That's all it means. It doesn't really do anything for the run, it does it for the pass. So just know that when you mic ID somebody, they're going to be focused on that person during the pass. So if that person's blitzing or whatever, they're going to key in on that defender. That's what that means. All right, so let's talk the R. So when you see the R, that's the read. Basically, this pops up during an RPO to let you know which defender you should be reading as the quarterback before you either hand the ball off or keep it. Pretty simple there. We already know that from Madden, right? But then the P is for the pitch. So this is sort of the same thing. So it's like it's going to be within an option play. So the P is letting you know who to key in on and whether they go towards you or they go towards the running back. If they come towards you, obviously you want to pitch it toward the running back, but if they go towards the running back, you can cut it up and run. So that's what that one is. Now the F is the force. This defender is going to make sure that they contain, and this is going to show up during run plays, and what their job is to make sure that that ball carrier turns back inside and doesn't get the outside. So that's what the force is. So when you see that F, know that that person's sole job is to push you back inside toward the defense and not allow you to get the outside edge. Now when you see C in red with the red triangle, this is going to be the cutback. This is basically going to mirror and contain the ball carrier, so that if the ball carrier cuts back against the line of scrimmage, then that defender is going to follow that ball carrier no matter where they go. Now the C with the blue triangle is the check. So this comes into play when we're doing check and release routes from your running back or your tight end. So basically, when you see the blue C, that lets you know that that defender is who you're going to be watching, and this is where your running back or your tight end is going to pick that person up. If that person crashes in to blitz, then your running back or your tight end are going to pick that person up before they go to their route. If that person drops back, then your tight end or your running back is going to go ahead and run their route. So that's what that triangle is. So when you see the C triangle, that's your run route, your check route. That's their assignment, and depending on what they do is what your assignment is going to do. Now, if you choose a play that already has the check and route option, then this is going to work flawlessly. But if you make an audible and try to audible your running back or your tight end to do that, then this may not pop up. It's hit or miss. It may not pop up. It may be a bug or something they need to fix, but I just want you to be aware of it because it wasn't your initial play call. It's to where that defender, that offensive player may not understand their assignment. Now the flaming icon, we spoke about this earlier. This basically means that that individual defender is unblocked. It doesn't mean that that defender is blitzing. It just means that if that defender does, you need to pay attention to that person because that person does not have a blocking assignment assigned to them at the moment. So always keep an eye on the defenders that have the fire icons above their head. Now, when we're talking blue dots, that's for your defensive linemen. Blue dots are basically pass rush moves. And the more blue dots that they have, the more moves that they have. Now, as that starts to trickle down, even when you're the defender, as that starts to trickle down, then that's just basically less moves that you have to use. And you can run out of moves and be down to one, or it goes gray. And when that happens, it just you just need to wait for it to refresh, and it does refresh in time. Now, the red bar on the offensive lineman, this basically is the offensive lining learning some of your moves. And so the further that red bar goes up, the better that offensive lineman will defend against that set defender's moves. So depending on what they're doing, they'll be a lot bit more effective than what they were initially because they're starting to catch on to the defender's tendencies. So the green checks, right? This shows up on the defenders that are close to the line of scrimmage. And what that means is by them being close to the line of scrimmage, if you run commit, anybody with a green check is going to crash down for the run. Not like before when you ran commit and your whole team crashed down. That's not happening no more. So when you run commit this time, only the individuals with the green check marks are going to crash for the run. Everybody else are going to play their assignment. So if there's two wide receivers out there, your DBs are going to play that. Unlike before where they would just run off and leave that joker wide open and they would just get an easy pass. So that's the way to sort of negate that from happening from you. So that's what the green check marks mean. Hey, so before we go forward, man, let me know how you feel. Do you feel like this is too strategic, this is too much, or do you love the chess match? Me, I love playing chess, man, so I'm cool with it. But some people just want to get on the game and chill. But let me know in the comments below if you like, bruh, this is too much. Or you could be like, dog, I love this. So either way, let's have that conversation in the comments below. Now let's get to this next part. All right, so let's talk dealing with this jet pass sweeps, right? So basically, with these, when they run in motion, everybody's going to do it, and they usually try to take that outside. And I ran into it a few times online, and it was giving me a problem. So I figured out a way to deal with it during the end game, obviously. But the first thing I did was you have an option to where you can press the RB, and you can spread your whole line, your whole team out by pressing up on the left stick, right? So that's what I do. I press up on the left stick, and as you can see, everybody spreads out. Then I crash them down, and I just make both of my corners play back. But as you can see now, everybody's more closer to the line, but they're spread out. So once that guy starts going, if you pretty much understand the formation, if he's gonna go to the right, then you need to slide your line right. So by doing that, same button, it says run right. You just slide everybody to the right, and now everybody's gonna be going to that direction. So once he hikes it, your whole team's gonna commit to running in that direction. And so now it makes it easier to stop compared to what it was before, where if I just hike it right now, he's gonna get a lot more yards than what he initially did when I did it before. See, this is the problem you run into, and they get that amount of yards, as you can see. But now if we do what I just said do, where you spread your line, drop everybody down, make sure you're playback, and then you go ahead and to the right, everything's set up. Now let's hike the ball. And you'll see right now, boom, they're crashing in, and you cut it. So that's what you do to deal with the jet sweeping pass. Hey man, so hopefully this information doesn't fall on deaf ears, man, and help somebody, because you know me, I love trying to fix things, not break things. And a lot of people got some unique schemes where you gonna need some help, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's my job to do whatever I can to figure it out on how to stop certain plays and certain things. If there's something that I haven't covered yet that you come across playing the game, man, let me know so I can try to see if I can scheme it up and do it and come up with a way to stop it, man. The key is to fix things, not break it, man. And if you like the content, man, you already know what I'm finna ask you to do. Come on, man, subscribe to your unk, man. I got room at the cookout table. As usual, we can grab a plate, and what we cooking? College football tips, man. You already know what time it is. And if ain't no one told you that they love you today, man, just know that Jesus loves you. Peace and love.